Hello everyone. There we have it, Sadiq Khan, Mayor of London for a historic third term. Well, we almost predicted it, didn't we? Despite weeks of me making videos, other YouTube creators making videos, that we can have something different, real change can happen. The unfortunate thing is, the feedback from all that content was very much, we've only got really two choices, and if we don't vote for Susan Hall, then Sadiq Khan's going to get back in. And when you couple that with the feeling of disenchantment throughout the country towards the Conservatives, it was a foregone conclusion really that that was going to happen, despite, well, my disappointment, and I'm sure many other people also. You know, you had other reasonable candidates, like Howard Cox. He was a decent guy. I liked Howard. But the problem is, you look at how Reform performed nationally. They're going, oh, we broke through, we're better than the Conservatives, blah, blah, blah. That's not much of a yardstick, is it? And at the end of the day, only 2 councillors were returned. So, you know, you look at London, you've got high crime rate, you've got all these stupid blooming driving charges that everybody has to pay. I bet your bottom dollar pay per mile or some kind of road user charging system will come into place now, despite him saying all the time it'll never happen. And he's king of the environmentalists, chair of the C40 Cities group. So I dread to think over the next 4 years what kind of situation we're going to have in London, and I for one don't want any part of it. I'm sure other people are the same. But that's enough of that. What does that mean long term for this country? You can see that Labour has absolutely smashed it at the local elections, and if it's any indicator as to what's going to happen at the general elections, we're going to end up with a Labour government almost by design. Now, with the first past the post system that we have, it's very much a case of the person who gets the most votes wins. That's a given. Everybody understands that. But the way the system is set up, and somebody on GB News said this, we only have 2 choices, Conservative and Labour. And all the while all the mainstream media says that, that is the only 2 choices we will ever have, and the only 2 outcomes there will ever be. And the likes of Reform and everybody else that tries to have a go, they're not going to get anywhere. They're not going to get anywhere, and we're going to be stuck in this rut forever more. Now, the other factor to consider as well is disenchantment. You know, Sadiq Khan got in for a 3rd term, but what was the turnout? 40% or thereabouts. So 60% of the London population was missing. 60% didn't bother to vote for one reason or another. Was it because they just couldn't be bothered? Was it that they thought that it wouldn't make the blindest bit of difference? Or was it some other reason? So 60% of the electorate in London not voting is a few million people that could have made the difference. So this is another example of politicians being returned on the back of votes where they have a majority of a very small electoral count. So 60% of London didn't really give a stuff about what happened, or they were just so disenchanted they didn't care and didn't want to come out. And if this carries on in any elections going forward, you reap what you sow. And then you understand why people turn around and say they're sovereign citizens, they want to break away from this. You understand why they say, I do not consent. You know, if 50% of those people that came out that voted for Susan Hall, Howard Cox or anyone else said, I do not consent, and a large portion of the people came out that didn't bother voting said, I do not consent, what difference would it make? You see, it's a prime lesson here. If you want to make a difference, whether you like it or not, you need to have your say. And the only way you can do that in this current supposed democratic environment we live in, it's not democracy, you know that as well as I do, is get down that ballot box with a pen and put your mark on that paper. Otherwise, it's never going to change, folks. It's never going to change. Disappointing, very disappointing. And you mark my words, this is going to get worse unless we all band together and change it for the better. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, please hit the like button because the algorithm likes that. Subscribe to the channel because I like that. And if you're on social media, please give me a share. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.